Hello, thanks for tuning in. Today I have a video that's totally different than what I had planned. For the weekend of the 2022 Memorial Day in the US, I went to my brother's house on the bike. It was a nice 75-mile trip, 121 kilometers for those of you who don't use miles. Took me 1 hour and 15 minutes, so not too long, but not a local ride either. Mostly highway with excellent traffic, so the average speed was a bit over 75 miles per hour or 121 kilometers per hour. My brother lives about 4 or 5 blocks from the beach in a very holiday-friendly area, if that even makes sense. We had a barbecue going on, we went to the beach at nighttime and had a campfire. The weather was perfect, etc. So we had an absolute great time. I've mentioned it before, there are a ton of motorcycles in my family. Stay tuned for the future video about that. And that includes my brother. He has a really nice Yamaha Tracer 900 GT. Since I was sleeping over, our plan was to wake up early in the morning and ride together, which we did. We had a beautiful early morning ride through the coast. And the word beautiful doesn't even start describing it. I had a shot where we were over a bridge with that morning sun that I really thought was gonna be a candidate for the best footage I've ever shot. I also filmed, or so I thought, an abandoned military base, a lighthouse, and more, but my camera recorded zero of it. So even with that issue, which did annoy me quite a bit, I had a great weekend and enjoyed my time with the family. So this video is now about what happened on my way back home. My brother came along for a while. Even though I knew I needed gas, I decided not to interrupt our final ride for the weekend, so I kept going, knowing that I was about to hit reserve. As we were riding and even before getting into the highway, I hit reserve. But I knew there was a rest stop with a gas station just a few miles down the highway. And I think you know where this is going. That's the mistake I made. In this highway, in some areas, it can be several miles between gas stations. Well, precisely the rest stop / gas station I was counting on was closed. At that point, I believe I was under 10 miles or 16 kilometers into my NC's reserve. I know the Honda NC750x has a decent sized reserve, but I don't like pushing my luck. I kept riding and there were no other rest stops inside. But I knew there were more not that far. But yes, it feels not that far when you have a full tank. If you're in reserve, on the other hand, it feels like an eternity. I finally started seeing signs for the next rest stop with a gas station, and it was just a few miles ahead. So I kept going. I switched my bike's mode from user, which I have it set up with the most power and least traction, but also least engine brake, to rain, which is the least everything but with more traction, just to save some gas. I also had slowdown. I was riding on the right lane, keeping my head low for better aerodynamics. I tried to keep it around 65 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour, so the engine's RPM were low and consistent. I can picture the way I looked, riding a bike at a slow speed on the right lane, keeping my head low like if I was racing or something. My anxiety immediately disappeared and it turned more into adrenaline, where I kind of pushed the bike on what was left of my way back home. Talk about a stressful ride with a double dose of anxiety. The sad part is that it could have been 100% prevented. So I'm going to see if I can find out the actual mileage I can get out of this reserve in this bike. Off the top of your head, does anyone know? Feel free to share in the comment section.